From dispensaries to superstores, from the legislature to the ballot box, marijuana has become California's ultimate green issue.
Back in the early 1960s, when the widespread use of marijuana began, we used to think that it would be legalized in 5 years.
Marin County psychologist Eugene Schoenfeld is known by many as Dr. Hip. He spent his life writing books and studying the effects of marijuana.
I've always been interested in the workings of the mind, and of course, drugs such as marijuana affect the mind.
Schoenfeld has also followed medical pot's effects on California's law. Despite its acceptance among many, he says it hasn't changed in the eyes of all employers.
Even with a medical marijuana recommendation in California, an employer may deny employment to someone who has a positive test for marijuana.
This year, Californians are likely to vote on a measure that would legalize and tax marijuana for recreational use. But would it change employment law?
It would not change the ability of an employer to decline employment to someone with a positive test for marijuana.
The legalization of medical pot has changed how agencies like the CHP treat marijuana possession.
State law says if you have a government-issued card, you have a medical necessity, and you have a prescription from a doctor, you can possess it. So as long as people have those things in their possession of marijuana, we're abiding by the law.
But just this past week, CHP officers in Santa Rosa arrested a driver hauling these bags of weed. The problem, he didn't have a medical ID card.
And that's what we'll always defer to, is what is the current law, what are the current court rulings, and the officer's best judgment.
The CHP says if California voters or the legislature do legalize pot, it will take direction from the state. Dr. Hip thinks legalization is long overdue and would fill another chapter in a lifelong pursuit. Joe Rosado Jr., NBC Bay Area News.